everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sequoia here, and today I'm gonna teach you how to properly and thoroughly cleanse your space. So the reason you would want to cleanse your space is because chi, or energy, is what keeps us in flow, right? So we always want to say in with the new, out with the old, in with the new, out with the old on a regular basis. Otherwise you might feel stagnant, and that will impact your life both energetically and materialistically. The first thing that I always do when I'm cleansing my space is I actually clean it. So I clean the bathroom, I clean the kitchen, I take any covers that are on my couch, I wash them, I wash my bedding, I just clean everything. But the thing I leave last is the floor and the windows, okay? So step one to cleansing, you're gonna make sure you open all your windows up. If you try to cleanse with the windows closed, you're actually going to just be sending the energy in a circle, and then it'll just settle right back down again. So you really wanna get it out the windows. So before I clean my floors, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna light my sage. So for today, let's just pretend that this is our sage, right? So I'm gonna light my sage, and I'm going to start at the front of my house, start at my front door. I'm gonna be cleansing all around my door in a square, all around, just really getting it up. Make sure I'm getting any corners. If my front door is near a corner, chi will get stuck in corners. So I'm cleansing the corners, really getting it out of the corners, and then moving on. Now, what you really wanna do is have an intention also. You don't always have to do this, but with having an intention, it's kind of a nice reset, and you're filling the space with intention. So as I face my door, maybe I'll have intentions that everyone who walks through my door will just be at peace with themselves or happy, and every time I walk through the door, I will just have a wonderful day. So that's my intention as I'm cleansing my door. Then I'll move on. I like to move clockwise, so I'll move to the right and I'll move into whatever's next. I'll get the corners, I'll get the desk, I'll get underneath. You really want to get underneath your couches, underneath your bed, right? So I'm cleansing, getting underneath, move on to each room, and I'm setting an intention in every single room. So in the kitchen, I have an intention that all my food is going to heal me and it's going to be delicious. I'm not going to burn anything. Everything's going to be excellent. In my bedroom, I have an intention that's going to be full of love. It's going to be full of really well rested nights. And then in my closet, it's really important that you get into your closet. So in my closet, I move the clothes around a little bit to shake anything off. I sage all in between it. I get the corners, I get underneath the clothes, I get everywhere. And what's really important in the bedroom is that you get underneath the bed. So while you're sleeping, your chi from your own vortex is expanding and circulating. And when it does this, it can take in whatever's there. So if you have a used bed, or if you have clutter stuck underneath your bed, it's really important that you're clearing that out and you're saging the bed itself, underneath the bed, all around it. When it comes to cleansing your bed, I like to use baking soda. You can wash it or scrub it in baking soda, leave the baking soda, and then vacuum the baking soda up. That's a great thing to do prior to cleansing, because people's energy gets stuck to bed. So if anyone else has been in your bed, their energy could still be stuck in your bed. Just things to keep in mind. Then once I'm completely done with my sage and I've cleared out basically all the energy, anything that's old is all gone, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sweep the floors. And the reason I didn't sweep the floors prior to this is because the sage will start to ash, and I like to just let it fall as I'm cleansing. I'll just let all the ash fall, and then I'll sweep it all up when I clean the floors. So don't forget the windows are open this entire time, okay? Now that I'm done saging, I'm cleaning the floor. So I start by sweeping everything all the way out the house. I make sure it's gone, and then I Swiffer, so I make sure that there's no dust that's been left from when I swept. And then I mop, and I usually mop with Moonwater, which you can make yourself. It doesn't have to be Moonwater. I like to make my own solution of Moonwater mixed with like a tiny bit of a natural cleaner, like maybe some lemon or something like that. That's what I'll use to clean my floors. And I cleanse my space, you guys, once a week. I do this every single week because I never want to get stagnant, right? So I really recommend that you're cleaning your space once a week. Leave the windows open during this entire process because the water from the Moonwater in the floors is going to be evaporating and going out the window. So it's going to clean anything that was left on the floor, is going to evaporate into the air and leave right out the windows. Also, what I'll do in this process is I'll spray my couches or furniture with a cleansing solution that I make myself. So you could mix some Florida water, you could mix, I like to mix like some Champa into that. I love dragon's blood, maybe a little lavender. I like to mix my own stuff into that, and I usually mix it with water so it isn't so strong, and preferably Moonwater, right? And then I will spray my couches with it, and then as they're drying and evaporating, that's also going out the window. So everything is getting cleansed. You can take your Moonwater, you can also wipe your windows down with it, you can wipe your surfaces with it, but whenever you're using Moonwater to clean, I always recommend that you're leaving the windows open. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call some good energy into my space because I already cleaned everything out, and now I wanna bring some good energy back in, right? So I like to, you can use a bell, a spirit bell, so this kind of calls them in, and you can physically call them in and say, hey, you know, to my guides, my helpful spirits, any positive spiritual influences in my life, I welcome you into this space. And when you do this, you can leave the windows open or you can close them. This is entirely up to your intuition. So the reason sometimes I leave the windows closed is because maybe I don't like the area that I'm living in. I can feel there's some weird energy coming from my neighbors or things like that. I'm not welcoming that in at all, so sometimes I would close the windows to do this. But if I'm living in like a really nice area and intuitively I can feel that there's good stuff to come, you can still leave them open. And also, do not close the windows until the floors are dry. Really important. Then you're gonna grab your Palo Santo. You can also use incense. I usually use both. I use a Palo Santo and then an incense. And then I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm starting at my front door, but instead of cleansing, I am inviting positive energy and positive spirits into the space. So through my front door, this smells so good. I'm just saying, here you go. Right here, you are welcome into this space, all positive influences in my life. And then I do the exact same course again. I go clockwise from the right. I go around all the same spaces. I go in the corners. I go under the bed. I get everywhere. I really get everywhere with this, just like I did with the sage. And when you're done, you can really feel that it's just so much lighter. Like, you can really feel it. It's like a weight has lifted. And if you have a lot of spiritual activity going on in your house, like maybe it's kind of a portal. I've lived in several places like that where there's just a lot of people coming and going. By people, I mean like spirits, like just coming through, leaving. That's why I would recommend saging once a week, because if you live somewhere that's a hot spot for that, you really want to be frequently cleansing that out. Also, if you have people just coming into your space on a regular basis, you really want to be cleansing it, because you don't want everyone who's ever entered your house, you don't want that energy getting stuck onto you, your belongings, where you sleep, all of that. And also, it's kind of redundant, but don't wear shoes inside, right? So your shoes track everywhere that you go. Leave them by the front door. You don't want that energy from everywhere you've been going all the way up into your bed. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of how to cleanse your space. I love you so much. I send you infinite blessings today. Mwah. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the support.